Welcome to GottaBeReel movie reviews with Thommi.
Welcome.
And Jules. And right now we're reviewing Prey. It's on Hulu. We normally don't do like Hulu movies,
but it's buzzing heavy.
Yes, everybody and their mama's talking about this one. So
yes,
yeah.
All right.
Prey is rated R. It's an hour and 39 minutes, which most thrillers are. Mm-hmm. So
perfect timing.
I would put this as like a thriller type.
Yeah,
not really a horror, but
yeah, it's horror / thriller, sci-fi. It kind of mix it up a little bit in there, but it wasn't necessarily scary if you watched the other Predators.
Right. All right, so it stars Amber Midthunder as Naru. You remember her from Legion on FX, or she's also on Roswell, New Mexico, which is the current show on the CW right now. So if you're like, she looks familiar, we're like, what? Those are two things.
And she's young too. Yeah. Doing very well.
Dakota Beavers. Dane DeLigro, Stormy Kipp, Michelle Thrush, Julian Black Antelope plays Chief Ketu, and Stephanie Mathias plays Sumu. She's the chief's wife.
Okay. And it's funny because one of the shows I watched, it's a Native American TV show. One of the characters is named Matthias. So I wonder if that's maybe a popular name in there. That's cool.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay. So we know Predators, right? The OG, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
Woo. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Now, right now, people, I'm going to let you tell them what this one was about. But, of course, people are already doing the comparisons. They were doing the comparisons before it even freaking aired, of course. Like, how are you doing that? How's it come out? Yeah, but they're comparing this. So I'll let you go ahead with the origin, and then we'll get into it.
So this is the origin story of Predator as we know it. It's in the world of the Comanche Nation 300 years ago. Naru, she's a skilled warrior and she fights to protect her tribe. So she's a young lady, but most young women are like getting the water and getting the clothes, washing the clothes, and
duties of women and men,
and the men go out and fight and hunt and stuff. But she wants to hunt, and she's very intelligent.
Training herself.
Yeah, she ends up training herself, and then she ends up figuring out that they're encountering something that they've never encountered before, which was the Predator.
And they didn't want to leave her because, hey, you're the girl. What are you talking about? We're men. We know what's going on out here. And she's like, you know what? I got something to prove.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, okay.
She ends up saving some guys.
Let's see what you about to do. Now, the first thing, when it came on, you immediately see that it's a Native American culture. Looks pretty rich, all the scenery. And the first thing I did,
What'd you do?
Let me make sure that this was cast culturally appropriate because it better be. And you better not do a movie with Comanche in here and not have the majority of the cast. So I had to, right now, I need to know before and they did.
Yes.
I have to say that the most of the cast is Comanche, even one of the producers as well. So the authenticity, it needs to be there for movies like this.
And it can be because there's so many talented people.
So many.
From different races and realms. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly. There's no excuse for it now. And I'm going to say Hollywood is not all the way there yet with it, making sure we cast things appropriately, but it's getting there. So I'd rather focus on the positive on that aspect of it. We're getting there and they did a good job with this one. So that made me happy. So no, I'm like, all right, let's get into this movie. Let's get this. There's some girl power. I feel some energy coming through. Let's see what she can do.
And she gave us the girl power.
Did she?
She was kicking some butt left and right. She's like the only one like figuring out, hey, there's some kind of thing out here killing us. And then she starts figuring out this is what it's using or this is where it might be.
And she's going toe to toe with some of the young men.
Yeah.
And she ain't scared of them. She's like, you thought I was, just a pretty little woman, make food and, I got something for you.
She's like, I can't with that. I can't. I need to go shoot something.
And the one, I don't know if that was her mother in that scene or whatnot, but they were asking her, why are you trying to do this? Her exact words, because y'all think I can't.
Yep.
I was like, okay, girl, go.
I imagine you sitting here like, whoa.
Girl, I was. And it got deeper into the movie. I was like, oh, yeah. She might be the one to save everybody. Because, sometimes guys can be pig-headed because, we're the men. We're going to be the protectors. Because that's always how it's been. In history, in most cultures, it's been, the men go out and do the hunting, the women stay home and take care of home. It's been like that. But, those stereotypes are being broken. They've been broken for a long time now. And it's okay. We need to see it on TV because it exists, honey.
Break that chain.
Girls can kick some butt out here. Like I said, she was going toe to toe with some of the boys in here, and she wasn't scared. No. And she wasn't. Oh no, stop it! Oh please, honey. She was. Boy, you hit. Did you just hit me? Oh, it's on. I was like, girl. So you know I'm already digging this. Even before it got to the middle, I'm already digging this.
So there's like tons of notes on this one.
Oh my gosh.
So instead of a post-credit scene, there's an animated end title sequence which alludes to the next chapter in the story. The credit sequence was made by top award-winning Native American artists in hide art, painting on animal hides, to be more period accurate.
Yes. Now people are going in with the, so they've seen this and mixed reviews, whatever. I know it's getting high ratings. The only thing I didn't agree with anybody on this one, they said this has been the best Predator. Yes, it's Prey, but Predator. I have to say, sorry, but the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the original one, is still the absolute best one. I watched it again. I watched the one with Topher Grace in it as well. But I'm sorry, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, that was just... There were jump scares in there. That was just good.
Yeah, this one's a little slow for my taste.
A little bit, because they don't know what they're encountering. You know what I mean? It's not like they're soldiers like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They were all soldiers going in, armed up, ready to bust some stuff up. They're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Something ain't right. And she's trying to tell them, of course, they don't want to listen to the woman. So they're kind of new to it, which, the battles came through, but they still, if y'all would have listened to her, she was trying to tell y'all beforehand, some lives could have got saved, right?
Yep.
But still, that one is the best one. I'm going to say this one is probably my top 3. And actually, it's probably my second next one, next to the original Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like it because there's a woman. I like it because it was culturally cast appropriate. It made me love it even more than one of the directors, like we mentioned before. There is a scene in here with a bear. I'm not going to go into detail with it, but people have been talking about it a whole lot. It's insane. Yeah. I mean, if you haven't already watched this, most people have already watched this on Hulu, but if you haven't already watched it, after you're done watching it, come back and tell us what you think, especially about that bear scene. And the first thing when I mentioned that to somebody, my friend was like, well, is it better or worse than the bear scene from The Revenant? I'm like,
I know, when I saw it, I thought about you.
You thought about it, and I was like, well, The Revenant, that was a vicious. I mean, he was getting ragdolled. I mean, I'm going to say the one with The Revenant was definitely more vicious, but this one, because of it being part of Predator and how it went down, whoo, that scene was insane.
Now that you're talking about which one you like the best or something, but okay, I don't know if it'd be the first one or the one with Sanaa Lathan, because I really like that one.
That was that Alien versus Predator? Because I pulled them up the other day and I actually watched another one which I forgot about. Yeah. Because there's like, let me see, the what one? The what Sanaa Lathan? There's like 4 of them. Because there was another one that the guy from Key and Peele, he was in one of them. Remember? And the really sexy chocolate guy that we like with the pretty teeth. Remember he was in that? Yeah. I know. I'm gonna get a topic, but anyway, that one was. It wasn't as vicious as the other ones. There was a little bit of comedic timing in it, which was okay. I didn't dislike it, but there have been quite a few, and I'm still going with.
Talk about Trevante.
Yes, right there. You know what I'm talking about. I knew it was gonna come to you, but yeah,
I love his smile.
His smile is just some kind of contagious, and all them white teeth and that pretty chocolate.
He's about to play Mike Tyson.
Is he
on the Hulu movie? And Mike Tyson didn't give his.
Oh, that's what Mike Tyson's mad about.
Yeah,
he is not happy about that at all.
He did not give his blessing to that movie.
But with Trevante though,
I know. Yeah. I gotta see it. Sorry, Mike. I wasn't good. I might not would have saw it, but it's Trevante, so
I'm curious to see how he would do it. You know what? He would probably play a good Marvin Gaye too, with all that chocolate skin and put him on a.
Probably would. But let me tell you some stuff about this.
As make this a Trevante review.
Yeah, as of August 9th, you're talking about everybody's talking about it. Mm-hmm. As of August 9th of this year, 2022, this is now the highest rated Predator movie in the entire franchise, according to Rotten Tomatoes, and the all-time highest viewed premiere of any TV show and movie on Hulu ever.
I ain't mad at it.
Period.
Because there's a woman leading, and I ain't mad at it.
It was, it came out, and I know everybody probably knew it came out, but sometimes you don't know, like your friends on Facebook, if they really know that it came out or they're watching. Mm-hmm. As soon as I'm watching it, or right after I go to Facebook, everybody I knew
have
watched it. I was like, well, God dang.
All I posted, because I knew we were going to do the review, all I said was, that bear scene was insane. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, it was.
Like we all watched it at the same time without conferring with each other, without saying, hey girl, I'm going to watch it, or, whatever.
And they've been showing some of the masks too from some of the previous Predators. Like they were doing comparisons side by side to some of them.
Uh-huh.
I never had an issue with any of the ones that I've seen. I mean, they kind of look the same.
Well, they said that the feral predator's biomask is made from the skull of a river ghost from Predators from 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Though still advanced, the technology used by the feral predator is much simpler than previous films. For example, the camouflage sections are larger, less armor, and the HUD is very streamlined and simplistic.
But he had some advanced stuff on. I mean, even for it to have been back then, he still
it was advanced, but not as advanced as the other
previous ones. Yeah, what they're saying.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, because he's still doing some stuff.
Yeah, when Naru says, do it now. It's taken from verbatim from Arnold Schwarzenegger's line from the original Predator from 1987.
I love when we pay homage.
Yeah.
Especially to something this good. And then the original was that good. I wouldn't mind seeing Arnie back in one of them. Would you? I would like that. I would like to see him do a cameo somewhere in there.
It would be dope.
Yeah, it would be.
During the interview with Slash Film, director Dan Trachtenberg mentioned the film's creative team struggled with what he called the Hunt for Red October thing, where the characters speak Russian before transitioning into English. He said that they never quite came up with the way to make it work. So instead, the film was shot in English and Comanche.
Yep.
Both languages are spoken, but when you hear English, it's as if Comanche, as if it's Comanche, he said. On Hulu, there will be Comanche dub of the movie, so you can watch the entire movie in Comanche, with the original actors returning to perform their roles. Yes. In an interview with Empire, Trachtenberg went on to say, there's a lip match, choosing words to match the actors' mouth movements as closely as possible, that we do now. It won't be like watching the old Kung Fu movies.
No, you know what? When you're like, what are you doing?
You know what I'm talking about?
It's so funny because we're making the same lip movements.
Father.
Hey, you know what?
I'm going to get some rice.
They've been doing a lot better with dubs lately, especially in the Korean horror, because I watch a lot of Korean horror. They've been getting a lot better with it because a lot of it used to be not only so bad, like I can get over the lip movements a little bit, but the fact that it sounded like they were just doing something voiceover in the studio as opposed to watching the characters and reacting with it, it seems so unauthentic. And it's just like, this doesn't even sound, it's making the actors look like they're not good actors when really they're not even the ones voicing it. This is somebody in the studio doing a dub over, and it used to be so awful, but it's getting better. It's funny, he said Kung Fu films, that's the first thing you think about. You want to fight me? It's hilarious. It's better now though. It's getting much better.
Sari, Naru's dog and constant companion, had no previous movie experience and was adopted specifically for the movie only 2 months before shooting.
A dingo.
Sari's real name is Coco, and she's a Carolina dog, a rare breed of wild dog that followed the first humans to cross the Bering Straits 16,500 years ago. Ooh. Trachtenberg wanted to cast a dog that would be period accurate, and Carolina dogs are direct descendants of those dogs. Amber Midthunder, Naru, called Coco a little bit of a hot mess, but in a sweet way, and said that obviously it ended up fine because she was great and everybody loves her.
Oh, you know, when I first seen the dog right early in the movie, I'm like, I know one thing: they better not let that dog get hurt. I have a hard time watching things where children or dogs get hurt. I still can't watch the part in it where little Georgie's arm gets tore off. It's hard for me to watch. I could watch all the humans get chopped up or whatever. That's fine. But not the dog. And that's all I was thinking. It's like, please don't let this dog get hurt. And then I read that the dog is a dingo. If you're a Seinfeld person, or even there's an actual true story that happened with a lady that baby got taken away, and she told the police that the dingo took her baby, and they thought she was lying, and she was telling the truth. This happened a long, long time ago. But there's an episode on Seinfeld where Elaine is like so tired of talking to this lady at the party who's getting on her nerves. She just wants to leave, and she's talking about a baby or something. And Elaine is like, maybe the dingo ate your baby. And the lady is like, what? Maybe the dingo ate your baby. And It really shouldn't be a joke because it really did happen and it was sad.
That was sad. I remember
it
that.
It really was. But then when they said it was a dingo in here, I'm like, oh, that dog is so darn cute.
Well, they said Carolina dog. I don't know about dingo.
Yeah, I read that it's the dingo. But yeah.
A dingo is a Carolina dog?
I don't know if it's from Carolina, but I know they were in Australia at some point. But that's what I read, that it was a dingo.
I read that they used the Carolina dog.
So then somebody can maybe verify? But that's what I read. You read something else? I read it's this, they're dingoes. They're called dingoes. But again, it was just a sad thing, but it's not funny. But she said dingo, when I read the article, it said dingo. And the first thing I went to was the Seinfeld episode. But it was a true story. So I'm going with this one. I've watched it 3 times now.
Really?
Yes, that bear scene really does it for me. But I've watched it. And of course, like we like to do, go back and see if something, what small stuff you might have missed here and there. But the fight scenes are great. I think the fight scenes in here were really, really good. She did great being this female warrior who's about to show, I'm about to show my tribe that I can do this. I'm going to do this. The dog did great. The dog was helping. You know what I mean? So like they're down for each other. That's her dog. So I hope nothing happens to that baby. Or I'm gonna be up here almost this close from crying if something happens to the dog. If we're gonna give this some clappers, I'm gonna go with the strong 3.5. I like the fact that it was authentic. I like the fact that there was a woman leading. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was I liked the action. Like I said, it wasn't necessarily as fast as the other Predators, but it got there. I'm going with the strong 3.5. What about you?
I would give it 3. 3 clappers. Okay. Yep.
Not fair. Have you seen it more than once yet?
No.
Just the one time?
Just one time.
Yeah. Okay. But I think we both agree the original Predator was probably the best one. That's what I'm going. This fits up in there, but just Arnie's just that number one. That it just is. So that's it. But tell us what you think. What if you know some information? You know if you're a veterinarian or something, or you're familiar with the dogs.
Is a Carolina dog the same as a dingo?
Yeah, check. But that's what I read. So we read 2 different articles.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, like I said, the lead actress also said she's a little bit of a hot mess. But
that means she's probably spoiled. The dog's probably spoiled, especially now she's a star. She probably knows she's a star.
I think I'm right. Spoiled. I think it's a Carolina dog, and I don't think a Carolina dog's a dingo.
Okay, look it up. We read 2 different articles.
Okay.
It's a dingo. It's a dingo.
It's a Carolina dog.
But it doesn't eat babies. It's just a dingo.
Oh my God.
Anyways, there you have our review for the movie Prey on Hulu. Go ahead and watch it. We highly recommend watching it.
Why not? Hulu, if you already have Hulu.
Yeah, it's something good on there to watch, you know. Yeah. Hulu brings some pretty good movies on. Even they're really getting really good on their horror as well, especially their thrillers. Hulu has some really good stuff going on. I think I'll probably
especially since Halloween's coming up, they have full sections of horror movies,
stuff in there,
and shows, TV shows, series.
I dig Hulu. All right, well there you have our review on the movie Prey on Hulu. Don't forget, we are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Cash App, and we're going to be on the FearCon Network. So keep an eye out. Got some great things that are going to be coming up. We're going to be doing some old classic horror, some new horror, psychological thrillers, all that good stuff.
This review will probably be on that channel.
And go to fearcon.com. We're going to have a big convention coming up, special guests, panels, shopping, all that good stuff is coming up. So go ahead and check out fearcon.com as well. And we want to thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.